it begins with that idea, the whole journey. Because coming to a sacred place is like entering that sacred place within yourself, and there's a mirror here of the light. So when you come, you're looking at what's important to you and what is really you. And everyone who makes a pilgrimage, it starts with that idea, the journey to yourself. And going to a spiritual place, you just are part of that place when you arrive. So how you prepare yourself for that light, how you take the journey, what the journey's all about. Like it really seems to be the important thing. The preparation, the journey, and then arriving. And arriving in the Temple of Light, then you take what's there. And everything has that element of sacrifice, of putting aside the time and the space to go deeper within yourself. Like everyone wants to find that place or return to it. So returning to the ashram is like returning to your spiritual home. The home that provides that nourishment for the spirit, which other places don't have. So taking the time just to connect. Because actually the ashram started before 1963 when she went to India and received the teachings, and that's why the ashram exists, really, is the teachings and the light. And as people enter in, even now, each day, they say, it's so peaceful, it's so quiet, it's so beautiful, it's whatever is mirrored back to them that they're really searching for inside themselves. So it's just good to come and see it in that physical place and make the effort to arrive at that place so that you can understand it for yourself, what it is. And just by coming in, they'll see what Swami Radha has developed and how the work is being carried on and how they can become part of it, or even just to experience it. And in that way, it gives them more understanding or more knowledge about their spiritual path. And just to talk to people and to be in the temple and to participate in what happens at the ashram. So through the courses or going to the temple or coming to satsang, in some way placing themselves here. But part of that is, the pilgrimage part is coming, is the actual coming. How do they get here? Like, why would they come? And to take that time out of their lives for a spiritual journey and make it a real holy day, a really holy time for them. And whatever season they come, there just seems to be something that's very special and magical. And even when they arrive, there'll be paths here and openings here to get a glimpse of the light. And also what's here is the teachings. So in whatever form they come across the teachings, whether it's through their courses or classes or books or some family member or friend brings them along, then they have that way to come, that opening to something maybe different, or maybe to renew, to rejuvenate the light in themselves. You'll never know until you actually come what's here for you. And what most people want, with so many concerns in the world today, is a place where there is the light, and also where they can find a place to put down their concerns and their burdens. And so, like in coming to the temple, is that space to open up and ask for something, and to give back, and to offer something, which is just very rare. And I think what I think is most important is that they can meet the feminine, which at this point in the world seems to be the opposite of what's happening and what's gearing up in terms of the concerns of the world, and how people are thinking about life and the way they're living life. So to meet the feminine as a builder of light, and as a gentle way to be with people and to be with themselves, to rebuild somehow after the disaster, like how to rebuild the world, how to rebuild that feminine part of yourself, so that we can make that connection whatever way. But the most important thing is what Swami Radha has given us is this storehouse of teachings, and the treasures of the teachings. And one of the most important is the light, giving us the divine light invocation, and the reflection to go with it. So coming into the ashram, that's our strong tool, and it's something that everyone can take away. So once they've stepped into the temple, then they can take what they've experienced back to their own work and their family and their community, the world. Swami Radha always said that the door was always open for anyone, from any tradition. So that's the truth. The temple has 8 doors, and people can come from any direction, any walk of life, any tradition, and meet the light, the very essence of what their life is all about.